Okay, let me add floors the next. I used to keep forgetting my timer. Every one of these has like messed up my timer somehow. I did something bad. This run scares me. I'm gonna be honest to everybody. This run scares me. I've been practicing this run the most. I didn't practice the last run at all. I'm gonna practice this one the most because it's terrifying. Alright, here we go. Transition over. Bring up the Ultima VIII game. Pause the music. Where is everything? Looks in order. This run is quite terrifying. I think we got it. There'll be a lot of saving. Nothing could ever go wrong in this run.
You have been a thorn in my side for far too long, Avatar.
I understand they're not exactly shy about throwing out instant death abilities in this game.
Your two worlds will be crushed.
The entire game is instant death. You can die almost anywhere instantly. I'll make sure to remind everybody as we run all the places that we could die. The floors can randomly fall out from under you and kill you. There's no warning signs of that. Mobs can spawn right on top of you and instantly kill you. There's no warning signs for that.
Pagan.
You can be jumping. This game has jumping puzzles, and you can randomly miss, which will instantly kill you. There's some areas where you were supposed to do some sneaking, and if you sneak incorrectly and get caught, you instantly die. It's a very punishing game. But we got this. We got this. And I like the beginning of this game. The beginning of this game has the Guardian tell us, who only appeared in the last game, the first time they ever appeared in the series, and they say, "You have been a thorn in my side far too long." Far too long? One game? One game? So you heard the voice acting. We're now disabling that for the rest of the run. Unless the incentive is met, there will be no more voices in this run. It's simply faster to run without them.
You could change this and also bring us to that 7K goal.
Has the name incentive changed?
The name incentive has not changed.
Alright.
It is still Avatar.
Will be Avatar for this game as well. Brittany joining us. The reason it's Avatar, we were playing the character named the Avatar, and I had a cat who recently passed away whose name was Awa. So my stream has dedicated the Ultima game's character names to Avatar. I've won the donation for this, so we will be using that again. Thank you so much for all your donations, by the way. It goes to an extremely good cause. And since this is a 2-hour run, we'll definitely go over all of that information for everybody.
I can go over it right now even. Some of the things that Take This does for its programs. They commission white papers from clinicians on effective treatments for mental illness. Their most recent white paper is Crunch Hurts, which addresses the harmful impact of overwork in the tech and video game industries. They also travel to conventions such as PAX, MagFest, and TwitchCon, and reach out to the gaming community on mental health issues via informative panels. And at these conventions, they also set up what they call AFK rooms, professionally staffed safe spaces available for anyone who needs a quiet place to regain their calm in a busy convention environment.
Alright.
And yeah, so Avatar won by $55 there, so it was not close.
Alright.
But you had a lot of support from some of your regulars, I guess, to really lock in that name.
I'm ready to go.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So, this character we see here, their name is Devon. At the beginning, we only know of them as a simple fisherman. Apparently, Awatar is afraid of fire. We'll definitely be seeing that character again in the future. In a casual run, apparently you can just punch that character repeatedly because they cannot be killed, and to max your stats out. So you can just sit there for hours punching that character to max all your stats. Interesting first glitch of the game right off the start. So this is an interesting scene. This lady's husband is about to be executed. This is the current reigning. Look, I love her stance. This is her stance during the execution. So she is the reigning evil empress, Mordrea. Hi, Lurker. My favorite character was down there. You'll see them several times on the run. The giant sea god. Here's the cast of characters. The purple dude, the silver dude, the goth lady, that person. This game can be, the Ultimate series can be in general silver. It's an interesting, like, genre or series in the sense that they're kind of mature in like content, but not like the way a lot of games are these days. There's a lot of dialogue in this game, and interesting enough about the dialogue in this game is if you take the wrong options, not only can in certain situations you just die, as we discussed earlier, but also you cannot get back to certain dialogue options. Climbing and moving in this game is all done with the mouse. There's no keyboard controls to use. You can use hotkeys to open inventory and such, but movement is very scary. We're going to be doing a lot of little hops and jumps, and it's the first game in the series where you can actually move in a vertical axis. Which ultimately means that because of that, and in the speedrunning, we can jump. We can just hop a lot. Just bounce. We're a very skippy character. This is my favorite enemy in the game, the ghost. They don't do anything. You do have super drowning skills. Very true. Oh, shoot. The Avatar was frightened by that person. Completely scared. Interesting enough on this game came out a couple of years before Diablo 1. So this game came out in 1994. You can imagine what this game would have looked like back then for the Diablo era. It's a very old game and looks very advanced for the time period it came out in. Considering Diablo 2 was the one that looked like this, and this was well before that time period. So anytime we have a chance to die, I'm going to save it. And basically anytime we have to jump or walk. That's the lurker. Hi lurker. Also hi lurkers. Sure there's many of you. I'm very glad you're all here. Your support is also super important to us. No. I don't hear any music. That was not part of the sound thing. That was voice. Music seems to be not playing. Check that in a second. Yeah, the jump.
I didn't realize that wasn't part of it, so I didn't say anything.
No, there's supposed to be music. I didn't want it to be a perfectly silent run. The music doesn't affect frame rate or anything in the game. Only voices. I guess we could include it in there. All audio. I'll just talk over everything. Gonna keep going. Jump down, my little friend. These mushrooms can kill us. They explode. We are definitely going to see exploding mushrooms happen in this run. Because we have to walk through some of them. Don't step on the mushrooms, you'll die. This house will kill us. Pillars will kill us. Gonna grab all the audio percent. Just me. Video. There is a donation incentive to hear the audio in this game. It does slow the speedrun down, but it is pretty cool. It's actually got really good audio. Like, it really does. Tell us when something won't kill you. So, this is Mithrin, when I can find him in his house. I realize that there he is. He's against the wall here. Oh, I need to talk to you, buddy. Alright. I'm gonna ask him his name. I'm gonna tell him I'm the avatar. I'm gonna say I have questions. I want him to tell me about Pagan. Then I'm saying actually I meant about the people. I'm like, you sell scrolls. I'm gonna answer some questions about scrolls. Then I'm gonna say I'm gonna pay that, which with the money that I just stole from his basement. I'm gonna ask him what he does and say, what do you study? And he's like, you study magic. It's amazing. Tells me all about magic. Gives me a portal spell. I'm gonna talk to him again and be like, hey, I'm back here. I want to learn some magic. He's like, cool, that cost 50 coins. I was like, cool, I have some that I totally didn't take from your basement. And I'm gonna say goodbye to him again. Then talk to him for a third time. Say I'm back. I'm gonna buy some more stuff. I'm gonna buy some stuff for necromancy. Seriously, we're gonna be a necromancer in this game. Like, the avatar just continues to go down the path of darkness, apparently. If this was another story, it would be the story of Anakin Skywalker. Nope, wrong one. There's a lot of dialogue in this game. A lot of dialogue. Alright. Now we're gonna go to Central Tenerife. What's a paladin? That's the classic line. The line. From Ultima IX, even. This game takes place in a different world. All of the Ultimas take place in the same world. Cesaria. With the same continents. Well, Ultimas 4 through 9, with the exception of 8 deal. Ultimas 1, 2, and 3 also take place in the same world, but they are... the world is different until you destroy it. Multiple times over. It finally settles into not being destroyed by you constantly in the 4th game. Oh, we need to hop, skip, and jump. Hoppy, skippy, hoppy. 2 lets you go back and forth to Earth, and there's a lot of time traveling in part 2 of the series. And at the end of the series, when you beat Minax at the end of 2, you shut down the time gates and reset the world 1,000 years. Which apparently changes all the continents and everything. And in Ultima 3, you defeat Exodus, which is the child of or like sort of a child. It's like a creation. I don't want to say child exactly, more like a creation, like a machine monster thing that exists at the end of Ultima 3, and when you kill them, you destroy the world. What problems? Missing a tool. Power mad. She's power mad? You need her approval? I'll get that dagger back. No, seriously, I'll get that dagger back. So, the Necromancer is kind of sad because he wants to commit murders with a dagger. And so we tell them that we'll totally go get that dagger for you. Yeah, that was a very sad time. Apparently Ultima VI on the console randomly changes resolution, which is fine when you're playing on the console, but I guess when you're trying to use certain capture equipment, only specific capture equipment, but it was the ones they were using at GDQ, it kills the capture equipment. Just completely kills it. And it's only the console version of that one game that does it. So yeah, this is Pagan, the guardian from the previous game that we banished, somehow became unbanished. They just decided to be unbanished, I guess. What? What? Locked door? You mean locked door? I don't understand. What dost thou mean, locked door? Dialogue not go through correctly? So confused.
Question in chat about killing the capture equipment. That was temporarily, right?
Yes, yes.
It did not brick the capture equipment.
It did not completely burn or destroy the capture equipment.
I mean, Ultima is not shy about murdering things, but hopefully
it's true.
Murder capture equipment.
It's part of the franchise, apparently. Why did you not? Alright, let's do this dialogue again and see what happens. I went through all the dialogue, missing a tool, power mad, you need her approval, we'll get the dagger back. We'll definitely get that dagger back. Alright, now... Very sad, the door was just locked.
Right.
Maybe they were asleep. NPCs do have day-night cycles in this game, which we will run into in a later part of the run and be very sad about.
So other than the play with voice and sound incentive that you could activate the voice and sound at any point during this run, and then we'll have the lovely voice acting. Also, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern today, Chrono Trigger will start, and there's a bunch of naming incentives for that. Chrono, Marley, and Luca will have their naming incentives locked at the very beginning of that run. Currently, those are each at $7.14. Chrono will currently be named Luca. Luca will currently be named Chrono, and Marley will currently be named Marley.
I'm so confused about this. I've been running this game for 3 weeks straight. I have not seen this ever happen. Makes me sad. Well, at least we're really far behind time, I guess. Alright. Gonna reload this. Like, that's scary. Why did that happen? Good old RNG. This is one of the things, right? Anytime you do a marathon run, you have that. Every time you do a marathon run, you get that. Well, that's never happened before moment. There it was. Was the that's never happened for that moment. Also shows that no amount of practice before a run will prepare you for every last thing that a video game can throw at you. But that's okay. Wasn't that far back. Fix this. Oh. Run across the bridge. Just don't let the holes beat me. That's true. Very true statement. I have no clue, Numbskull, because I've never seen that door locked in my life. So I'm not certain exactly how that door becomes locked, or unlocked, even for that matter, because it's never been locked in a run. Your guess is as good as mine. Gosh, we have put a lot of time into this game. It requires a lot of time. Any of the Ultima series probably require a massive amount of dedication too. I really want more runners to run these games because they're actually really fun runs. They're actually quite technical in all the like little things you have to memorize, like all the details, pathing. There's a lot of little tricks to how you move things. Say you can lose a lot of time in these runs. A lot. You doing down here? I need you to tell me about that, and about this, and about these. You, buddy. Back and forth, back and forth. This person is very wordy dialogue. It's one of the most wordy dialogues in the entire game, I think. There's a lot of words. Oops. It's also interesting to me that I'm so not used to playing without the music. You, please stop moving. I'm used to playing without sound, but not without music. It's just one of those things with this game you have to play without sound, so. Oh no, I bought two. Oh my gosh. One more. Ah, screams internally. Yeah, the Ultima community has been working on all sorts of interesting routing for the games. Ultima 9 has been being routed by El Cid, and that's a pretty cool game to run. Ultima 8 hasn't had any new routes. Ultima 7 has had a lot of new routing from me. Ultima 6 has had some new routing from me. Ultima 4 is being rerouted by Yogi. Nope, no clue. I have no clue what caused that. Hello. We have No one's been doing any Ultima 1 or 2, and 3 has been, like, kind of destroyed by a lot of people already. 1 and 2 are interesting games, because, super old. Like, ASCII art level old. Yogi had the new world record in U4 last night. Nice! Didn't even know. Congrats to Yogi. What was his time? Must know. What was his time? And 1:20:05. Not quite the sub 120 he wanted, but still 2 minutes faster than the fastest run for that game. Pretty impressive. I think when I go back to that game, I'll be happy with a sub 125, I think. Pretty sure that's what I'll be happy with. I'm not too worried about making mistakes in this game, due to the fact that we're like an hour ahead of schedule at this point, I think. Rotate. Tell me about the place, actually then about the people. Blah, blah, blah. You sell rolls. Buy one of those. What do you do? What do you study? Buy. Yeah, it was actually, but a couple things happened, and the last runner right before my runs did not appear. So because of that, we had a massive amount of time lost. I think it was an hour and 10-minute run. So currently we're just filling in the spots for that. There might be bonus runs depending on if I don't make a terrible mess of these runs. Or this run, I suppose. The last two have gone pretty well. I need to buy exactly 3 of these. Cannot forget that. The second one. That's the third one. Now we can leave. Now we can leave. Back to the necromancer. Don't jump here, you can literally jump into the water and die. So, where you think you would want to jump, don't do that. You will die. The other trouble, move along. Guards don't really care if you parkour everything, but they'll just like make small little small talk comments. Also like to talk about how tight their boots are. Alright. Let's hope we don't run into that issue again that we just had. Run in. Off we go to talk to the necromancer. Well, we don't know they're a necromancer yet. We just know that they are a person in the graveyard. So we're going to go talk to graveyard person. Who, surprise! Lo and behold, to no one's shock, they are the necromancer. Alright, thanks for stopping in. Thank you for your support and being here. Care to you. Here to learn. Traditions. What problem? A tool. Power mad. Need her approval. I'll get the dagger back. Let's do that. Save the game. Number 2 slut opens the door and run. Run, be free, Avatar. Be free. Bounce to your heart's content. Feel the wind below your feet. Oh, hey, a zombie. Just random zombie. Don't get caught by the van. I like that this character looks very, like, they're just joyous overall. They're bouncy, they have their, like, giant knapsack on their back. They're, like, wearing, like, mascot colors. Bright reds and yellows. It's like they're cosplaying their favorite superhero. What? What?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed. We'll do this. I swear I've practiced this game. Especially the beginning, because it's the hardest part. So much. And then the runs I don't practice don't have issues. But the run I do practice has issues. Oh well. Go figure. Thus is the way runs go.
So what are you doing right now to bypass this?
I'm attempting to rewarp back to a certain spot, rest so many hours, and then run back and see if the NPC is simply not home, and open the door then. Because if they're not home, their door will be locked and we cannot get inside. If they are home... Oh, I never come in from this direction. It's awkward. If they're not home, I'm going to be very sad. Open your door. Yes! Alright. You're home. We can continue. You fixed it and we can continue.
So, hashtag that never happened before.
Hashtag that's never happened before. We know a solution to it now. You're not gonna get in trouble. It's in a chest, I promise. Bye. That's all we needed. Right there. That short amount of tiny dialogue. You salted one, thank you. All we needed. You didn't miss too much at the beginning. Technically, this run's pretty far behind right now, so you didn't miss that much at all, actually. Just now starting it, effectively. I like the atmosphere in this game, too. And the music. It's got amazing music. Trust me, the music is great. Sounds are great, too. Alright, so this part we can actually die at. So I will save it here. Because we can legitimately die by stepping on the carpet incorrectly. Not. Oh, we died. This is death. So, as I warned everybody at the beginning of the run, this is extremely common from this game. You will die when you play this game. Die a lot. You will die everywhere.
So is that your first death?
That's our first death. Rip music. Good music, too. Alright, so we didn't die coming out of there. Made it. The carpet boss, we went 1-1 against the carpet boss. That's the first boss of the game. Don't get killed by the carpet.
We have an $8.88 donation from Scala Kitty. This run is great, but I think it could be greater with some epic voice acting. So we'll put that towards the enabling of the voice acting.
Which also goes to enable all sounds and music. It's really easy to die in this game to just doing things you do in all the other Ultima games. They overly punish you for any theft. All theft in this game is instantly punishable by death. Pretty much any crimes in this game are punishable by death.
I mean, I guess the game opened up with that tone since the first thing we saw was somebody getting executed for what we assume to be petty crimes.
Yeah. Well, at the time, you don't know what they've been executed for, but at this point, they could have been anything. Anything at all.
Like stepping on a carpet.
So, we got the dagger for the necromancer. So we're like, here's your dagger, buddy. And now we're going to do a little necromancy. Or they're going to do some necromancy. This person here is a volunteer. They've been literally like doing this their entire life, preparing for this moment to be sacrificed to the necromancer. So we apparently just assisted in a murder by going to get the dagger for the necromancer. What else would the ceremonial necromantic dagger do? Maybe the avatar is just kind of just clueless about necromancy, really. I mean, they've never heard the word, they don't know it. Maybe it doesn't exist in their world, so this is the first. So, we have some dialogue. You're the necromancer? So we actually completely skip any of the other dialogue about murdering the woman, and we just say, you're the necromancer. We want to become your apprentice. And so thus we begin the quest line to become the necromancer's apprentice. And to do that, we need to go get some reagents, but we bought those. So here's the best cinematic in the game. The rotation cinematic. Rotate. Rotate. And then we can say goodbye. Goodbye, necromancer. We'll never see you again, except for we will.
We have a $25 donation from Mad Ewok Herd. Put this towards sound and voices.
Yes, you want the sounds and the voices. Needs them. Desires them. Now we're gonna actually perform some necromancy. So the first thing we do, we're gonna create a create golem spell, which is pretty rad. We're then going to create an open ground spell, also pretty rad. Some bones off the table. We create another open ground spell. We just like opening the ground for no reason. Give me that. The avatar is now a necromancer. Warrior virtues of everything good in the world, and apparently also a necromancer. Create another open ground spell. Then put some portal spells and everything over here. Organize inventory percent. You really need to stay on top of your inventory in this game. Really do. Ceremonial letter opener.
We're closing right in on $7,000 total. And only $66 more and 12 cents to activate that voice and sound.
And quite a lot of run left.
Yep, there's still a good, probably like almost 2 hours left.
I would say because we lost time, probably 2 hours left. do a skip here. Alright, skip the ghost and the exploding mushroom. Can be extremely problematic. One of these open ground things. Enter the crypts. The crypts have been entered. And we will definitely save it here. As we've seen, this run is already problematic. We're not going to risk any further. If we can skip spawning that skeleton or like causing them to move by staying along the lower wall. All the triggers in this game can kind of be bypassed if you're fast enough. That zombie can sometimes block you from getting that. But if you're really fast, you can flip the switch. There's a bunch of death pits in this. There are a lot of death pits in this. They don't look it, but the floor can randomly kill you in this area. There are areas where not so much random, it feels random when you play, but you can memorize all of the tiles that will just kill you. They look like every other tile on the floor, so you would never know where they are without trial and error. Makes me sad. It's actually kind of a fun game though to speedrun. I really like this speedrun. I didn't think I would, but I quite enjoy it. It's because I think as a speedrunner you learn where all the pits and death pits and stuff are, so it's not such a problem. Whereas as a casual player that would be far more frustrating. It's a little frustrating when you're learning the speedrun, but afterwards it's not so bad. I kind of enjoy it. It's not a great game, but it's not a terrible game. Speedrun. Arbitrary Death Pits. A good band name. Oh hey, a ghost. We're gonna despawn the ghost. Oh hey, a zombie. We're gonna despawn the zombie. Like Ultima VII, you can despawn characters in this game and move everything. We're gonna use this invulnerability potion that was hanging out below a bowl on the floor. Just come to accept it's true. You do just accept that they're just part of life. This is very much a game that is out to kill you. Very much. I will be learning Ultima 9 this year, Zillergut. I will be learning every Ultima. I can already do speedruns of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I will be doing 9 and 1 and 2 as well.
That is maybe not as long as doing Dragon Quest 1 through 9, but that's still quite an undertaking. And thank you for the subscription gift to Squibbons, Dust Mage.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, actually.
That's really appreciated. I would like to mention that all income to this channel via channel subscriptions and bits are also donated to take this. Unfortunately, we can't track them, so we can't count them towards donation incentives, but it still supports the charity, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I would be drawing a heart symbol with my hands right now. That's the standard. Me supporting you, supporting us.
Well, there's certainly plenty of RPG 3 hearts in chat right now.
There are. Throw some love. Throw that love out there. Need more of that. So I'm collecting enough stuff to make another golem spell. That's what we're doing right now in this dungeon. Getting each of the ingredients ready. Oh hey, see how I drug that to the bag and it went through the bag? That's also a feature of this game. Items can literally fall through the bag when you drag them onto it. So don't think that just by simply putting an item in a bag will actually end up there. It's terrible.
I'm pretty sure I've ran into that feature in real life too. It's a really obnoxious feature.
Yeah. Make sure your bags don't have holes. Bag collision is very difficult. We're gonna do some more necromancy and summon some golems to help us open doors that we cannot open yet. But we can use them to our advantage to skip huge chunks here. We're just going to like use golems to bypass these sweet doors. We basically have to cast it on dirt and move them out of the way. They spin in place for a while and they can't pathfind, and they open the door for us. At least if they can't pathfind there, they don't spend forever doing so, and they do eventually give up and just cast the spell, which is very useful. I'm thankful for that. If you go to the north straight, if you just run straight there instead of down to the right, there's a death pit there, we die. So we run down to the right instead of straight. And go down here. Oh, I need to talk about the climbing mechanics in this game. I haven't, and they're very special. Like, they're I love what they were trying to do with the climbing mechanics in this game. I really do. I think that they were being very innovative. There's a lot of cool stuff in this game. There's a lot of cool stuff. However, the climbing mechanics in this game do have problems. For instance, you can only climb something if you're 1 pixel away from that object, but you don't move in 1 pixel increments, you move in 2 pixel increments. You can imagine where that causes issues with being unable to align. You actually move in odd numbers when you're running, so you can run away from a wall. If you walk up to a wall and you're 2 pixels away, you can never climb it. You have to run away and come back and hope that the RNG is favorable to you and that you can then run or climb. Otherwise, you will be running again. I really should save here because this is very dangerous. Occasionally, when you're jumping, the avatar will refuse to jump. Also, occasionally when you're jumping, your character will slip. This is actually a thing, and if you slip, you will just instantly die. So, don't slip randomly. This game has jumping puzzles. Block disappearing jumping puzzles. So here's a long maze of laser grids that kill us, except for we're gonna become invulnerable for 120 seconds. And just bypass all of it. Just completely ignore. Just ignore all of it. Oh no, we're dancing. Do a little dance. Do a zombie dance. Alright, please. We only have 120 seconds. We don't have that much time for dancing. I appreciate your need to dance. But can we dance some other time, my friend? Can we dance some other time? Alright, so now we have a key that lets us get through the next door, but also a gem that prevents us from ever taking damage from these lasers again. Now we can just ignore the lasers completely. And we play the despawn game. My favorite game. Of a run, to back and forth until there's no enemies. Jump here so you don't get hit by the explosive mushroom that's behind this pillar. They put explosive mushrooms behind pillars. They put explosive mushrooms behind pillars. You can die by walking behind a pillar. They also put them behind walls sometimes. So there are certain parts of the game where if you go behind a wall, you can die. Did something happen to my mic? Are people not hearing my audio anymore?
I'll double check. I hear you fine on the stream.
Okay. I'm not certain what they mean. Okay. Thank you for the good luck. Here's a part where we can die randomly. And we probably will. You accidentally muted the stream. Oh no. Yeah, the sound effects are actually directly tied to the voice acting. So if the voice acting eats more time on the run, because you can't just skip the dialogue, you have to sit and listen to the voice actors. However, and the best voice actors coming up right now, one of the best, is about to appear on stream in just a couple minutes. So if you want to get that donation in to hear that voice actor, which we will get to hear one more time during the run, then I recommend doing it now. I'm going to drink this potion, grab this potion, grab this key, grab this potion, and then run. Yeah, the platforming in this game was super broken. So the way it works now is you can jump to where your mouse cursor is within reason. Like, not across the whole map. Well, there's certain spells that let you jump across the whole screen, but however, the original pre-patch version of this game, you jumped a very set distance. So it was extremely hard to navigate this game in the pre-patch version. Extremely hard. Gotta jump on some more jumping rocks. Oh yeah, Cloudy Shoe's correct. Hi, Lurker. So there's a fun fact about the health potions in this game. If you drink a health potion while at full health, it will actually do damage to you. There are green potions in the game that have no effect other than just to poison and kill you. That's it. It's the only reason they exist. So imagine this guy with a really, really cool rock accent, like he sounds like a rock. His voice acting sounds like a rock. What you can imagine right now. Imagine a rock talking to you. You probably do this on a daily basis, so I'm sure it's something everybody has practiced in here. I practice having rocks talk to me a lot. I mean, everybody has a pet rock, and like, whose favorite activity is not teaching your pet rock to talk? Turns out that I actually had it wrong all along. It was supposed to be a parrot, not a pet rock. Still love my pet rock. Donate responsibly. Yes. Must have a gravelly voice. Go and steer into the cave. Load the screen twice. We will keep going. True, you must listen to the rock. You must listen to the rock. Become one with the rock. That sounds like some sort of weird merge. It's just like merge between the rock and maybe just a rock. A Saturday morning cartoon. Gonna use another golem here. This is an interesting skip. This isn't really how you're supposed to do this, but this is how we're going to do it. We're gonna open this gate with a golem, who just sort of wanders aimlessly around over here until the door opens. Cast invisibility on one invisibility scroll that we have. Stroll quietly into this lovely room and take the Heart of Earth, which is a required item to beat the game. Need that. Then leave back to Central Tenebrae. At which point, we're going to meet the fisherman from the beginning of the game again. I told you that fishermen had some important story aspects that we needed to deal with. We're going to see that fisherman again. Also, there's other characters in this game, like, remember the entire other cast of characters? Oh, what am I doing? Go downstairs. If I can find some stairs. Sometimes you just can't jump very well, so instead of jumping, you just take the long way when there is an option. Stairs are also very difficult in this game, as we will see later. There's some staircases that cannot be climbed, some holes that cannot be fell down. This is a scroll we got at the beginning from stealing that old guy's money and then using it to buy scrolls from him. Gives us a scroll to dispel portals, which leads us to this book. Ultima games are all about reading. Please read. Alright. So, we've been captured for reading a book. Very bad book to read. Now we get to see the scene where all these people are back. They're back at the execution block again. And this time, our friend the fisherman from the very beginning of the game is the one who's about to be executed. Poor fisherman dude. Let us all rotate slowly. Please rotate. Begin the rotation. Rotate. Sweet. Oh wait, but that book I read says that he's the rightful heir to the throne and that Mordrea, the evil empress, is not actually supposed to be the Tempest. It turns out he really is the Tempest. And what is a Tempest? Well, apparently they're like superhumans that have like cool super magic powers. Mordrea kills this dude. He just dies. Falls into the pit. And then she says that anyone who challenges she'll kill. So, you know, she zaps this lady. He says he won't. So she zaps him. These guards are gonna stand against her. So she zaps all of them and Hot Dog Kid. And now we get this ultimate fight scene between what turns out to be brother and sister. They're brother and sister. And so the fisherman apparently is also one of the most amazing mages in the world. And defeats his evil empress sister, who gets eaten by the lurker. Welcome to the stream, lurker. And it turns out that we didn't die. We still had a full health bar, you can see it over here. Thank you for the good luck. And now, since he's defeated and his evil sister, he's just going to cast some magic and walk away on the ocean for some reason. So he's gone. We're not sure why, but he left. And that's Probably the last we see of almost all of the main cast of this game. In the speedrun, they're not really necessary. We will see Magic Water Walking guy again. He will make an appearance. We're going to return to the Necromancer right now. I know everybody remembers the Necromancer. We talked to them several times earlier. Talking to them again. Because we're like best friends with the Necromancer. Who isn't best friends with the Necromancer? I like imagine Mr. Rogers was even best friends with the Necromancer, but then again, who was Mr. Rogers not best friends with? Such a nice, amazing person. Jump, jump, jump. Like all of you people, you are all super nice and amazing as well. I'm very glad you're all here and supporting us. Thank you. Thank you. I've met the Mountain King. You have something for me. Yes, he did. I must inter Lothian. Thank you, Necromancer. So the Necromancer gives us another key. And now we're going to go back to the Hall of the Mountain King. And here we will save the game. Just talked. Just a little bit. So we're gonna go back into the caves again. One more time through this location. I know it all looks the same, but we're actually transversing the same cave over and over again right now. Come through the door that loads twice. Go north this time, back to the beginning of the game. Not quite. We transverse this area a lot. We actually return to this dungeon again later in the run. Sweet jumps. Get hit by the spikes. More sweet jumps. Said we do some more sweet jumps, Avatar. Get with the program. Thank you. We do some sweet jumps. Show off our amazing acrobatic abilities. And then we run. Just run. I want to figure out like how far you run in this game. Like, the Avatar must have amazing endurance because you run and you run and you run. It's quite incredible. Oh, I need this thing, please. I want to try and make sure that we are organized with our inventory before we go on to any hard spots. This next area, a lot of dialogue. Oh no, this is a good one. So as we're walking, this spider got stuck under us, so now we're stuck waiting for the spider to either die or us move. This game has no bugs. None whatsoever. There's no bugs in this game.
Spiders aren't bugs, they're arachnids.
I can't even fight it. Well, I'm glad I just recently saved it in preparation for the fact that there was probably going to be a bug. Quite literally a bug, even. I also like to stop and watch the spiders. It's a true statement, though. Of Ultima games, this is not a good representation of the quality that the series is known for. Right, through the door, back over the spikes. The spider won. Look, okay, spider 1-0. Carpet boss 1-1 at least. Necromancer boss, apparently, I don't even know. We got defeated by Necromancer boss. Ghost blocking hallway. Alright, gotta despawn the ghost.
So I was thinking that I only needed to keep track of deaths, but like the thing I should have been keeping track of was how many times you had to reload your save for any reason.
Which is a lot. In fact, if you watch any speedruns of this game, all of the speedruns, including the world record, die and load the save several times. It would be incredibly lucky to make it through this entire game without anything going wrong. Alright. Spiders. 1-1. We got them. Thoughts on the Game Boy game? You know, story-wise, I think they're terrible. Game-wise, they don't feel like Ultima games, but they're not terribly designed. But story-wise, I don't like them because they're like really far outside this universe. They're really poorly written, to be honest. And not, let me take that back. I don't want to say poorly written. I want to say that they are, so I'm taking a test right now, by the way. There's a lot of dialogue here. I don't want to say they're poorly written, just so much that they fell outside of the Ultima universe. The second game, for instance, basically has a new bad guy called Blackthorn who appears he's in Ultima 5, but he appears kind of throughout some of the series, but not much in some of the games. But he's a huge protagonist or antagonist in the Game Boy games. And in the sequel, so Runes of Virtue 2, his main plot is that he is going to kidnap mayors so that he can then become a mayor because he has not annoyed Lord British enough recently. That is the plot of the game, which is not the most quality plot, especially considering in these other games where like literally mending like racism in the world, or we're like we're trying to learn all the virtues and become the warrior of all of what's great in the universe, or defeating the Shadow Lords that appeared because like the underworld to the Gargoyle world has been breached, or just all sorts of interesting, like complex storylines and subterfuge and backstabbing and really crazy themes. And then I'm going to kidnap some mayors. Otherwise, the game's not that bad to run. Good day to you, my friend. What are you called? Holy Cyrus. It's a grand name. Everyone? Your father was a herdsman? Goodbye. Yeah, the SNES one's not so good. The GBA #1 was actually okay-ish. What do you do here? Who will recognize your abilities? Superior abilities? You're a healer? Nah, I don't want to become a healer. A lot of dialogue at this part. Lots of dialogue. Yeah, this was said, they're not so bad games. They're just story-wise, they just don't feel like Ultima games, I think is what it is. The NES versions of both 3 and 4 are really good games. They're super good. So right now we're trying to learn another class of magic. There's several classes of magic in this game. So we're attempting to learn another class of magic. And this will allow us to use focuses, but first we have to beat the stair boss. Yes, we leap down those stairs with vigor. Add this key to the keyring, or don't. That's fine too, game. First try, yeah, that can take a while sometimes. Surprisingly. Oh, please. No spiders, no! Grab this, please. Oh, I'm scared. The spiders are scared. Spiders are scaring me. We don't die. I love spiders, but apparently the Avatar does not. Avatar does not. Actual first try. It's amazing, actually. You do not realize how hard that staircase is, and we will be going back through that staircase several times, so you will get to witness, probably, the difficulty at which you must navigate staircases. Very hard thing to do. So right now what we're doing is we're collecting silver from the silver mine. We need 8 of it. Once we have 8 silver, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we will then 7, 8. We'll then go craft some stuff with this magic silver we have. This is going to let us build all the focuses that we need. And a focus is this magic's way of casting spells. We actually need to learn most of the magic systems in the game to actually beat it. So there I had to run away from the wall and run back. Because I was 2 pixels away, not moved to the wall. Clearly this is a Castlevania game. True. I mean, what's different about this in Castlevania? There's bats, there's skeletons, there's zombies. There's staircases. Oh yeah, you can jump on buildings. Just in case you didn't know, this is a feature. You can do this and run around on rooftops. Fun fact. Wanted to show you that. You can go almost anywhere. Alright, so this is going to be a fun part. I'm going to be doing a bunch of just crafting here, so if you want to talk about what we're doing or read donations, this is a great time.
Well, we'll talk about Take This. Their mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues, provide education on disorders and coping techniques, and reduce the overall stigma around mental illness. They also provide education on mental illness so that friends, family members, and coworkers can be better allies to those who are suffering. They seek to offer perspective and hope to anyone who feels overwhelmed with their mental health issues, so they do not suffer in silence. This is Speedrun Ragnarok. We're currently in Ultima VIII, but after this, later tonight we'll have Chrono Trigger at 5 p.m. We might have a fill-in game, kind of last minute added to the schedule if we, because we're a little far ahead of schedule. So incentives that are currently active, any donation can be put towards turning on the voice and sound in Ultima VIII, which has some brilliant voice acting, but it does slow down the run slightly, so by default they're off. You can also name Chrono Trigger characters. Currently we have for $7.14, Chrono will be named Luca. Luca will be named Chrono, also at $7. Marley will be named Marley at $7. Frog will be named Robo. Robo will be named Ayla. Ayla will be named Strong at $20. And Magus will be named Dude at $7. And there's also a bid war of who will hug Chrono at the tree, either Marley or Luca.
I'll get those donations in if you want to support any of that. Would like to change names or support a name? Now's the time to do it. We are currently still crafting all of our focuses. We have 8 of them that we need to craft, and we get a 9th one from a character leader. So there's 4 gods in this world called the Titans. They're actually the children of the Guardian. So the 4 Titans were locked away in the original game. Or, sorry, when we get here, they actually kind of wreaked havoc on the world, and the people of the world, like, locked the Titans away. And we're going to release them all. Because we're the Avatar. What else would we do? Of course we're going to release the giant ancient evils on the world. What you do when you're trying to save a world. Actually, the plot of this game is to not save the world. The plot of this game is to simply get away from this world. That's it. Trying to get back home. Apparently, we will do anything to make that happen.
Look, we this world 7 times for certain definitions of save the world.
Okay.
We just want to go home.
It's true. Get some magic armor. It's our first armor of the game. Now actually wear armor. Wow. And doors are very complicated to use. I mean, doors in real life are complicated to use. You can never tell on a lot of doors if you're supposed to push it or pull it. So, I can relate, Avatar. Save the world. Currently, part of the quest line, we've already worked to begin appeasing the rock god. Here's Stair Boss. We're going back to Stair Boss. Stair Boss, please. Stair Boss, please. Yes! Alright. Oh my gosh. Can't do the rest of the run, but Stair Boss. 2-0'd against the Stair Boss. So we're gonna teleport this wounded animal over to us. And then we're gonna heal the wounded animal. What all these focuses do, they give us like different magic spells. But you have to actually use the items themselves to use the spells. It's kind of a cool feature, but can be really tedious with the bag system. But the concepts of how they do magic in this game were really cool, especially for the time period. Very, like, interactive and innovative, and has that sort of, I don't know, like, just creative feel. Alright, so I've spoken with Holy Cyrus, spoken with Brother Xavier, I've met Torwin. What research was he doing? One of your finest. Goodbye. Alright, so this part is really kind of hit or miss. It's very random. So we can see if this happens first try, or if it doesn't, we do it again. Talk to this character. Say, met Holy Cyrus, met Torwin, best student, strange young man, resurrection spell, what proper conditions, dangerous spell, bye. Alright, so what we have to do here is a series of dialogue trees using a spell that supposedly makes people tell the truth, but in practice, oftentimes means that characters just won't talk or tell you lines of dialogue at all. And we luckily got it first try. Awesome. So the bug, which appeared in so many innumerable runs, did not appear this time. I'm very thankful for that. We were able to completely do this area first try without any issues, and that is great. So apparently the person at the beginning of the game was this person's father, by the way. So they think they can pass this test to go visit the air god called Stratos. So they think they can, Stratos requires a leap of faith. You jump over this pit, but instead they jumped into the water and died. So, Torwin's now dead. Bye-bye, Torwin. But they're actually trying to go visit the wind god, but they apparently didn't do it correctly, did not make it. So we are now going to talk to this person and say, poor Torwin, tell me of the final test. How do I take the test? And now we are going to go do the test that we just witnessed someone else fail. Which I will say in writing is a pretty cool like precursor. Like it sets you up for like, wait, I'm supposed to make that jump? Like, it's kind of clever. This game didn't have poor writing. I'll give it that. The dialogue, actual writing in this game is pretty cool overall. Mechanics wise, there's some issues. However, we are going to save here. You never know. You never know. And we can also leap 400 feet across the gap. Have those sweet, sweet pumps on. Now we're going to meet the air god. Or goddess, I should say. Stratos. Whirling vortex. She asks us why we're here and we just say goodbye. She rewards us with our silence, I suppose. Straightforwardness. To the ability to now cast a spell that lets us jump really far anywhere we want. And this is dangerous because if this falls through the bag, we lose it forever and the game breaks. And yes, it can fall through the bag. It can indeed just fall through the bag. So we have now gotten all of the focuses we need. We've met the wind god. We will move on to meet the water god. It's time to go to the third titan, Hydros, the water titan. So with Hydros, please ghost in my way. Pretty sure we go this way. I'm just double checking my like coordinates here. I'm fairly certain this is the correct direction. Run south until we see something. Ah, yes, this thing. Correct. We visit this cave repeatedly, so it can be kind of tricky when you're doing the run to know which visit this is. That's not the right key. A lot of keys. In the door. Go down. Go this way. Unlock this option. Save the game again. This room has death pits. Like any good Ultima VIII room. Now we run south. continue around the door. This game series actually has an amazing amount of lore, and the quest lines are like not straightforward. For instance, like Ultima VI, which we played earlier today, the quest isn't save the world when you get there. They actually, like, the quest is more like, for some reason gargoyles are attacking us and the shrines have been corrupted and we need you to figure it out. And then you walk out the castle gates and you have to like figure out what to do from there. There's no like main missions, there's no guidance, it's just like a completely open world and you need to like figure out like, well, what are the shrines? Where are the shrines? Like, what do I do to cleanse the shrines? Like, it's really kind of cool, like the way they do the open-endedness. I loved these games when I was little. Absolutely loved these games. I mean, I still do. I speedrun them. Zombies in the wall. So right here, there's this cool like line of dialogue that said when the audio's on. Not gonna hear it. But there's some cool dialogue there. And now we go to Hydros, the water god, which is slightly off screen and we won't actually see them yet. But we're going to unleash them. We're gonna obey their wishes that we didn't hear, but they do have wishes. Freed. We freed them. And now, since we freed them, apparently the game froze and we can't move. We can't even, like, can't do anything. Open my inventory. I can't cast, I can't hit, nope. Alright, well, we do that part again. The game is completely bug-free, okay? 100% bug-free. Right. Lord British has had his revenge. This is what we get for not killing Lord British at the end of Ultima VII. This is her punishment. The game locking up at every possible interval. That was a fun bug. I've never seen that one before either. I've seen a lot of bugs in this game though. Always something new. I'm going to assume that my screen was probably shaking during the transition to that area, and that probably locked the game. I'm just gonna make that as the, just gonna assume that's exactly what happened. So let's go free Hydros again. Let us go. When you free Hydros, storms, typhoons, and hurricanes and that sort of thing start appearing around the world and wreaking havoc on everything. When you free Lithos, earthquakes start happening all over the place. They're the earth god. When you free the wind god, so basically each of them causes like catastrophic damage and destruction to the world as you free them. But that's okay, because we need to free them. We are the Avatar after all. All we care about is getting home. Alright, so here we go again with Hydros. Save it right here, apparently. In case something goes poor with this. Open Hydros up, wait for the shaking to happen, and then teleport. What's a few major catastrophes exactly? Alright, we made it. Now we can walk. We have made it through the cave. Keep going, my friend. Die. Very easy to die there. Whee! I'm actually kind of surprised that I have all of this movement memorized. Like, there's so much to do in this game. So there's a switch here. Look at this tiny switch that's the same color as the wall. Is the only way to get through this wall. Who made that? Not okay. The switch next to it doesn't let you through the door. The obvious switch. Oh, that would be rad. That would be super rad. Welcome, Sparkover. Okay, so this cinematic can also sometimes duplicate itself. And if it does, it'll crash the game. It did not duplicate itself. So we don't have a game crash. Here's a spot we can die at randomly. We did not die, thankfully. You can miss the lava there and just fall in. The jump decides not to jump all the way across, which it can. Climb the wall. Climb the wall. There we go. Ultima the platformer indeed. Here. I guess it's been about 30 minutes. You want to read off about the incentives and what we're doing here? Dialogue. A lot of dialogue right now. I'm Avatar. Good name. Homie of the Enclave. Oh no. Tell me about the sorcerer. Hello again. Wait. Tell me about the current. Whoa, who were the acolytes? What do you mean by first acolyte? No, please go on. I agree to your terms. A lot of dialogue. Alright. Agree to her terms. Let's continue. This game came out 2 years before Diablo 1. Quite a pretty game for its time period. You gotta remember, these games came out, all these games came out in the 80s and 90s. They're very old. Very old. It came out in 94, this game. 94. I'm the Avatar. I'm a great hero. They just don't like me bragging. Who are you? First acolyte? What's a first acolyte? You have dealings with Tanhabre? True bargaining. I'll do whatever you want. I wish to become a sorcerer myself. What do I have to do to become a sorcerer? I've already given a necromancer a dagger to murder somebody in front of me. What do I do now? Oh, I just have to give him a name of somebody that they can murder. How about that lady we just met? I'll give you her name. You angrily walk around the room. Why I saved it before. There we go. There are no shadows in this game, no perspective. This game would have been amazing had they had time to finish it. Definitely suffers from not having enough time to complete the game from a dev's perspective. There's a lot of cool ideas. Isn't that the definition of pacing? Alright, so like we just they just murdered that lady we just met. Under our like guidance, I guess. We're doing good work here. Being the warrior of virtue and all that is good. Continue down the path. Apparently being accidentally evil. We haven't directly killed anyone yet. We rarely actually fight anything. So are we actually evil? Yes. So, alright, so come over here and take everything in this chest. Everything. You, 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 no. What? Can I not grab you? You. Except for you. We don't want you. Nobody wants you. You can stay there. And stay comfy. Just stay comfy in there. We'll be back later. Just stay comfy. Not that nobody likes you. We all love you. In fact, maybe we love you more than the rest. Because the rest of you are going to be used for spells. You get to sit in a comfy little spot. And not worry about bumped around in a bag all bruisedly. You stay right there, my friend. Locked. Well, I can't open the door because there's an NPC standing behind the door. Chatting. Please. Please, NPC, move so I may open the doors to the next area of the game. Get some pants. Get some candle. Getting a lot of messages suddenly. Rod we need. And here we get 2 pumice. 2 pumice. I'm gonna get extra pumice just in case. I'm gonna get 3 ash. I'm gonna get an extra ash just in case. We get an iron. Get blocked by a dude standing in our way. We get the symbol. We need this symbol. It's hidden on the floor in the corner. And this thing is also hidden right here. We need this too. Also hidden in plain sight. So we have a bunch of stuff now. Now we're gonna go cast some sorcery spells. The first of which we're going to cast Banished Demon. And this is a very complicated. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many messages. Hope it's okay. Alright, good. Just making sure there's no emergencies. So, now we're gonna do the amazing sorcery stuff, which was very clever, but not super well executed. So we have to actually know which candles in what order. So we need a black candle on this side and a red candle on this side. And they have to be pixel perfectly placed. And then we need a pumice on the side and an ash on this side. Afterwards, we need an iron here and an iron here. We also need the talisman in the middle of the thing. And now we can walk off here and hopefully cast the spell correctly. We did it! We now have a talisman of Banished Demon. No more Matt Damons here. Sorry, Matt Damons. Been banished. Grab a bunch of stuff from this chest. More pumice from this chest. And the ritual. Like that. Right. Fairly certain we have enough obsidian. But if not, I'm gonna grab this one. There's a lot of weird stuff been happening in this run, so I'm just gonna make sure things do not go poorly. You need you though. I need you, Candle. I need you, my friend. Please join us. Join us on the journey. Jump. Oh wait, hold on. Now we need to go to another building. I need to go rob somebody first. So we cast Banished Demon. We're not going to go rob from somebody, in which the game can decide to instantly kill us. So, of course, save. Come through here and do some magic trickery to rob them without making them super mad. They can be very mad. We're going to be very careful about it. We're going to put our bag on the bed. We're going to open their bag in a chest. We're going to find this thing. We want this. We're going to drag this into our bag. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. I loaded the wrong save. This happens all the time in Run Q. The cursor does not always click where you think it does. Alright. Read. Here. Back into the house again. A serial thief around. I don't know who it could be. I have no clue. None whatsoever. I'm gonna put our bag on the bed. Open our bag. Because actually you can't drag items onto the bag icon itself. You have to drag them into the bag itself. I'm gonna put that in my bag. Don't get angry at me, but that's fine. Because now I can take my bag into my bag and not be worried. Yeah, I don't think there are any glass swords in this game. I think they got rid of them in this version. Now we've tricked the game into thinking that I didn't steal anything, so nobody gets mad at us. Now I'm gonna save the game. And talk to this dude. You lied to me. You're quite devious. I'm ready to be tested. Let's do it. Alright, so now we get to cast some more spells. The first spell is red, black, red, black. Candle right here. Pixel perfect. And then we're also going to put nothing, iron, dunk, hummus, dunk, volcanic ash. Boop. Click on the candles. And then put in a wiggly fire stick. Turn around. Save the game in case it crashes. I've seen it crash during this part. Wait, what? Oh, the candles are not all lit. This one didn't get lit somehow. Turn around. A cereal thief would be pretty bad. I'm gonna go steal some cereal. Right out of somebody's bowl. Give me some cereal. What's everybody's favorite cereal? Now I'm curious. So it's red. Black, red, red. Black. Move these around. Here. There. Do some more magic stuff. So put the pumice at the bottom. Put some iron at the top up here. Here. Oh. Every time you add anything to your inventory, it's randomly thrown in here. So have fun just digging around, hoping you can find the item. There we go. I think that's right. No. No, Squibs. You're doing the wrong spell. Do not do that. Doing this incorrectly. This and this here. Oh my gosh, I almost cast the wrong spell. That would have been a travesty. Alright. That again on the pollen rod. What? Pumice, ash, ash. They're not incorrect, they're probably just not correctly placed. The game can be very finicky on how you like put your items around. Like super finicky. Oh, maybe I've got them wrong. Maybe they're here. Wait, no. Yeah. Oh god. Do that again. Turn around. Now we have the flame thing that we need. Next. That's a white rod. Throw that over there. Black candle here. Put you there. Alright, so this one, the Endure Heat spell, we need to put iron down here. Then obsidians at the top. Obsidian. Wherever another obsidian is. Obsidian. Step back. That's a spell. Alright, that has given us access to the Obsidian Fortress, but we are not done with casting spells. We need to cast one more spell. One more. Alright, who in chat wants to see me forget the candle, and who wants to see me keep the candle? That should have been an incentive, but I didn't think about it until the last moment, so. We can forget the candle, or we cannot. They have different outcomes. They're both beatable. It doesn't really change much outside of some funny dialogue. So, this here, that there.
A handful of people in chat asking you to forget the candle.
Get the candle. Get the candle. Everybody wants me to forget the candle. Surprising. Can't believe everybody wants me to be so forgetful. Leave the candle behind. What about the candle? What about the candle? Alright, well then the candle must go. Bye bye candle. Alright, save right here. We've left the candle behind. Much against our better judgment. The candle has been left. And now we are entering the Obsidian Fortress. So in the Obsidian Fortress, the first thing we see is the Master. They just have the name the Master. And they're going to summon some demons from stone to fight us. So our first test is to fight the two demons entering the Obsidian Fortress. We've prepared for this the entire run. We are ready for this. And the fight is done. We've defeated the two demons at the entrance of the dungeon simply by walking past them. This demon we just say farewell to, and they never bother us again. It just... This whole area is kind of like this weird maze. But there's a bunch of series of tests here that we need to do, some trials. We're going to do 4 trials to get 4 stones. Again, we like collecting stones apparently. When we do that, we're going to use this fist thing that makes us invulnerable to a lot of damage. Okay. I said it makes us invulnerable to a lot of damage. Except for when we used it, we died. So, like... clearly is functioning as intended. I'm gonna fight this sweet boss again. We actually do have to use that to get through that area. Just apparently sometimes it doesn't work. You know. Oh, I know why. I know why. Perfect. Didn't have enough magic to sustain it. Silly me, I forgot to rest. You can get all your mana back in this game by just like pressing B and clicking 1. Ah, yes. Yes, they are in this game. We did get to talk to them. Alright, so now we use this. And run through the mushrooms that can kill. See those mushrooms exploding? That's what killed us last time. Super deadly mushrooms. Clearly deadly, as we saw. But here we actually need to cast magic to get rid of these fire fields, but you don't actually cast them on the fire themselves. You cast the spell on yourself. Get rid of the fire. Really confusing. Like, really confusing. Oh, I'm standing on the symbol, so I can't pick it up. We're gonna run north again. Use our super do not take damage ability and hope it works. Avoid the scary eyeball monster. Running. Maybe running. No, not running? Alright. Oh, we were below it. We were actually below the bridge there. In case you didn't catch that. We were below the bridge, not above it. Continue running. Alright, so right here, we again need to equip our invulnerability, run a gauntlet of fireballs, and lots of fire. Whoa, that one scared us. It's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Take this thing, which explodes apparently. Oh no, we are not doing so hot. Come on. Do it again. Alright, we're vulnerable for a very short limited time again. Run to the south. We're standing on the rune. Standing on the rune. Bad. Save the game. That shield actually makes us invulnerable to fireballs for the most part. Now we don't have to worry about them.
Is there a moment?
Yes, go for it.
So we're running out of time to meet that incentive for turning on the voice acting in this game. Coming up at 5 p.m. we'll have Chrono Trigger, and there's quite a few naming incentives for that as well. Most of the names are only at around $7, so $8 will put you in the lead for Chrono, Marley, Luca, Frog, Robo, or Megus's name. Ayla's name currently has $20 to be named Strong.
Get those donations in.
Yeah.
Now is the time.
For a great cause.
Absolutely. It's probably be a good time to talk about that too, if you would like.
Yep. So take this.
Yes.
Sorry. So take this. Helps people in the gaming community suffering from mental illness by letting them know they are not alone in their struggles and there are treatments out there to help. It's okay to not be okay. No one is alone in their struggles with mental health, and there's always hope for improvement.
Great cause. Absolute support if you can. Even by being here, just watching. Very good. All you lurkers. Also loved. Everybody here. We have been, all the donations go directly to the Take This Foundation, so it's really nice. Especially considering for what they do, is for me is really personal reasons that I really support this foundation. Very, very pleased to be able to participate in this. Very pleased to everybody here. Hope you're having a great time as well. Now we're gonna sleep again. And then we're going to... That was you. Okay, so there are mimics in this game, and the mimics just copy the avatar. That's the only thing they copy as far as I can tell. I've never seen them copy any other character in the game, just you. They don't seem to do anything other than pretend to be you. And there are a lot of them. There are a lot of them in this game. We have to dance around the zombies here. Try and get through the zombies. Come on. Come on. Alright, there we go. Occasionally they will become not you. Will look like these little silver gremlin creatures. This is a strange maze filled with walking not where you think you can walk and avoiding a lot of enemies. Ghost and wall zombies. Oh no! Oh no, don't do that! I need to... No, I'm stuck in the corner. No! Come on. Run, Avatar, run! Drink one of these health potions. Throw it on the ground! Alright, we made it. Not die to the ghosts summing skulls repeatedly. Did we make it to the floor, though, without dying? That's the next question. Nope. Why would you leap off the edge carefully? That's ridiculous. Okay.
After that bear escape from the ghost, then it's just like, oh, that's some lava. I'll just hop right in.
Just jump right in. Just go right into it. It's fine. No worries. Oh, this is the Rod of Endure Heat. We can walk on the dark lava areas, but the light lava areas are instant death. We gotta be careful with those. These lava bursts can sometimes, if they spawn right below you while you're walking, instantly kill you too, because they can like shock you and move you into the pit. So, be bad. Close enough to the wall to climb it? No? No? There we go. It takes effort sometimes. Oh gosh, look at how much stuff you have in this game that you need to keep track of. Oh wait, I need this open. And this magic armor, very useful. Okay, so we're gonna put this on. Yeah, that's right. Right down here will instantly kill you too, so be careful of that. Okay, somehow we didn't die there, even though we did fall into the spot that would instantly kill us. Got lucky, yes. I'm gonna cast Endure Heat one more time, just to be safe. Our frame rate is tanked right now. I'm not sure what's caused that. No! Oh no! We almost didn't make it. Our endure heat ran out right at the last second. Climb the wall and save the game. That is the last blue symbol. If we can make it out of the obsidian fortress, those children will kill us. Deadly. Ghost could fight us in that. Wall zombies, apparently. If we can make it out of the maze, we'll be fine. Now we gotta navigate through area and hope we can figure out how to, like, get through all the pillars and around the ghosts and the skeletons and the zombos. More skeletons. And the spider things. I don't know what those are. And more zombos. Run, Avatar! We made it! We made it! We're done with the Obsidian Fortress. It's good. We're gonna talk to this person. Now we save it. So, this is where the candle comes into importance. Remember, we forgot the candle earlier. I'm saving it right here because there's candles just in case somehow it crashes the game without one. So this dialogue coming up is amazing without a candle. Well, it's the scene after this scene, but they're all linked together. The first thing to do is I'm supposed to prove my worth to the master by casting some spells on them. So instead, I'm going to run behind them, open their chest, and read this book. And we're like, oh my gosh, they're evil. How could they be evil? It's surprising. Right now, we're going to cast spells on them. So, the first thing we need to do is use the symbol, the flame bolt on the master. Do that. He's like, nice. Now use an explosion on me. Then we're going to use the explosion on them. Boom. Now we're going to summon some demons. Like any good avatar, apparently. He's very pleased with our abilities currently. He uses the word excellent. Kind of is a little funny to me for someone who's supposed to be like an awesome sorcerer. Just imagine them like Bill and Ted. So now he says that we're worthy and he's going to take us to a giant pentacle to summon Pyros, the Lord of Fire, who is the fire god. So there's the fourth titan, Pyros. Here. Everyone quips about some stuff, and he's like, please place your candles. Yes, master. Yes, master. Yes, master. I don't have one. Bardion, please provide the acolyte with a candle. I told him. Do it. Yes, master. So now I'm given a candle. Show my incompetence. Thank you, first acolyte. Resume your positions. We're gonna light the candles now. Yes, master. Yes, master. Yes, master. Yes. Oh, by the way, if you click anything in here, you can accidentally just, like, die. You can die if you click wrong on any of these options. You will just instantly die. Don't click incorrectly. That's not the only change to the cinematic. There's actually a secondary change to the cinematic if you don't bring the candle. So this part actually has some cool voiceover. There's a lot of voices in this game. The gods all have like different voice actors, actresses. A speedrun uses no voices on so we can click through the dialogue. You can't click through the voice acting, so you have to turn it off. Make good time. So he says there's a weakness in our defenses and points to me and knocks me over. But somehow the rest of the people all manage to send him back. If you actually bring the candle, You are not a weakness in the circle, and that doesn't happen. So he tells me to stay behind after he dismisses everyone else aggressively. He said, "Be gone." There's another one. They're like, "No, I'm going. And then apparently aggressively desummons. Due to your poor performance, he's gonna cast a spell at us and damage us. He literally fireballs us and tells us we were terrible. Ah. But yeah, if you bring the candle, that scene pans out completely different. But in the end, the results end up being the same in the game, thankfully. Well, outside of the fact that, like, some of the dialogue options in other parts of the game are different. Gonna rest. We're gonna go through the doors. Go downstairs. I'm gonna save the game. You guessed it. We could die here. Right. Now, remember that Aster that just scolded us? We're back. He wants to kill us. We're going to cast some spells. Cast some more spells. And beat him up. Eventually, apparently. Eventually. There we go. Alright. Now we have this item called the Tongue of Flames, or the Flame of Tongues, or something. What is it called? Where'd it go? The Tongue of Flames. It's just called something. Right. Just trust me.
I have a $10 donation from Collapse. The comment, "Up and Atom." Collapse, if you would like that to go to a particular incentive, please either just let us know in chat or PM me.
Go this way. Keep running.
That could take a name for a Chrono Trigger character, or...
If you would like that donation to go through for anything, please tell us.
Yep.
Alright. Next item we need is the Tear of Seas. We're going to collect 5 of these. We have 2 of them so far. We have the Heart of Earth, the Tongue of Flames, and now we have the Tear of Seas. Well, we're about to get the Tear of Seas. 2 more is left. This one is extremely easy to get. It was really fast. All we have to do is talk to this guy and tell him we're looking for a rock. Apparently he knows all about rocks. He's the one that walked away on the ocean at the beginning of the game. Well, like, near the beginning. He's back. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I've got a rock. It's just in the chest over there. I'll give you a key to it." So now we're gonna get his secret rock that he's been keeping for some reason in a chest. He doesn't even know what it does. Now we play the game of find the key, and where did it get put in our inventory? I think it's here. Yes. Items, when you get them from NPCs, are immediately put at the bottom of the inventory below all other items. So there's no guarantee that you'll actually be able to find it quickly. Alright. Let's continue. Seemingly important items in random places. Do some skipping and hopping. Save the game in. Oh, well, there's some lava pits we just found. There was one. Just in case you're curious where it is, there was a lava pit right there. Alright, cool. Sometimes you just die to a lava pit. Just happens. Just one that appears under the floor. No explanation whatsoever. And no foreshadowing. Can't see it. It's there. Alright. I would like to climb the wall, but we don't know if we'll ever be able to. Alright, made it. Sweet. Collapsing floor dead, now a valid run. Zoom. And get the obelisk tip, obelisk tip. That's a very complicated word for me to say, apparently. I need to get the obelisk tip. Gotta solve some puzzles along the way and hopefully not fall into any more floors. Whoa! Let go. Oh gosh, there you go. The validation floor. Whoa! There's so many floors just randomly falling out from underneath. There's scary skulls too. Run from the scary skulls. Run from the floors. Old game UI is a trip. It really is. It really is. Now we navigate the really long maze. Get to another door. Here. Using this key. No. Run past the lava, not into the lava, past the lava. Run past the lava, please. Run past the lava. Pasta lava sounds like when the pasta just comes fresh out of the oven. Really hot. Pasta. Nom nom. Alright, let's run north. Okay, so there's a maze here. Like a push button maze where you have to like open and close gates based on where we stand and step on floor switches we can't see. However, thankfully, we can go right here and do some weird trickery with the game. Maybe. We're lucky. Climb up on this thing and skip the rest of the maze by just jumping over the wall. It really does. It really does, doesn't it? Climb the wall. Jump over the pit. Jump! Now comes the fun part. They're like, but Squibs, we've already done the fun part. What do you mean, fun part? We need to cast more necromancy. This part actually lost me 5 minutes in my run because I was unable to fall into a hole. Even though that's extremely easy to do in this game, I was unable to actually fall into this hole. So I'm gonna... There. Alright, we fell into the hole. It's very easy to not fall in that hole, apparently, no matter how badly you want to. We're gonna now throw some rocks. Oh, I can't throw this rock, I'm standing on it. You can also stand on items from several meters away, apparently. Go. Toss the rock, open the gate. The rocks actually bounce around, there's like physics on them. They do indeed move around. Interesting features for a game of this idea, or this stage. Yeah, that was a strat I developed after the last run, Cloudy, when I realized that like you sometimes just can't fall in the hole whether you want to or not. So I developed a new strat. Over the laser, and now solve a really long puzzle. A very, very long puzzle. Towers of Hanoi. Come on. Come on. Also, it's a very frustrating puzzle because the item that you need to use to move things around doesn't get... It just gets stuck sometimes. Like that, behind things. Okay. There. That there. Let's just reset the puzzle. Something went wrong. Back here. You. Alright, so 3. Here, you here. Back here. Move you, move you. Move you. Yeah. Move you. Forth. This isn't right. Oh, I messed the puzzle up. Hope I didn't. It's okay. Got this. Sometimes the buttons don't register the way that you think they should. Move it there anyway. Oh, lost it too far. Run too far. Alright, there we go. Drink the invulnerability potion way earlier. Make a stairs with the clock. It actually might be faster to actually craft stairs for that part of the run, to be honest. Probably be faster to just craft some stairs. In. Drop the shield we took at the very beginning of the game. Remember this thing that we stole from the old man that we bought all the stuff from with his own money? Yes. That's from the beginning of the game, and we need it for this part of the game. I've been carrying around this blue painted ceremonial thing all the way from the start.
Alright. So as we close in on the end of this, I'd like to remind everyone that naming incentives for Chrono, Marley, and Luca will all be closed at the beginning of the Chrono Trigger run. So if you want to get your name in for any of those characters. You know, currently they're only leading with a $7.14 donation, so you can rename them if you want to for not very much. And all this money is going to help take this mental health charity that focuses on helping people in the gaming community who suffer from mental illness by letting them know that they are not alone in their struggles. Their motto is HERE, which stands for Hope is Healing. Each person is unique. Respect your journey. Every accomplishment is a victory. They commission white papers from clinicians on effective treatments for mental illness. Their most recent one is Crunch Hurts, which addresses the impact of harmful overwork in the tech and video game industries. They also travel to conventions such as PAX, MagFest, and TwitchCon to reach out to the gaming community about mental health issues via informative panels. Through this, they provide education so that friends, family members, and coworkers can be better allies to those who are suffering.
Alright, we are now going to go kill our first god. So all of the characters that the 4 titans that we've decided to release upon the world, we've now actually decided that we also need to kill them. So not only have we unleashed them and they've caused a massive amount of damage, but now we're going to go back and actually destroy each of them. The first one we're going to kill is Stratos, Air Goddess. You just kind of skip through her dialogue. Doesn't matter. We're going to use this to see. There's a secret rock here. What is this? What is this thing? Bring it back over here. Give me that super awesome rock. I'm a rock collector. It's the side story of these games. The rock. Oh, and they're very angry about us getting this rock. Why would that be? Turns out that if you use the rock on the god, they die. They keep the thing that kills them right next to them. Why would you do that? Don't do that. If you are a god and you have a weakness, don't store it in the same room that you stay in all day. Bad idea. Don't do it. Yeah, it's like Superman keeping kryptonite all the places that they stay. Why would you do it? Don't do it. There's one stone in all of existence that can kill me. I'm just gonna keep it next to my bed. No, this is bad. Being a god 101. Don't do that. So here we're gonna have some weird collision bugs, like walking out onto the lava, or jumping out onto it, or something. They don't like to move through this area, right? Technically, we're still in the air somehow during that. The collision in this area is really bad. But we got through it just fine, thankfully. Can't just fall through the floor and die there. But we did not. Very thankful for that. I believe we go north here. Whoa! This is the magic glove. Super strength. This is Zelda now. Super strong gloves, bracelets. We're in the wrong universe.
We have a $22.57 donation from Dust Mage to name Robo Bender.
in. We are actually closing in pretty rapidly at the end of this run. I believe at this point.
Like maybe 5 to 10 minutes left, right?
Yeah, about. Nice 7K hype. Awesome.
That is exactly, that is in fact exactly what we needed to hit 7K. It's nice to do this during the Ultima block.
That's so
We'd
cool.
really love to hit that 10K by the end of the marathon. It's a big milestone. It's how much the operating cost for getting all of the necessary staff and stuff for take this to hold one of their AFK rooms at a convention, which are professionally staffed safe spaces for anybody who needs a quiet place to regain their calm in a busy convention environment.
If you walk here against this wall, this boss will spawn some enemies that push you through the wall and freeze the game. Don't do that. Don't stand here at the beginning of the cinematic.
That's a really good tactic.
So, we've now killed Lithos with the Heart of Earth we got earlier in the run. Goodbye, Lithos. We knew you well. We didn't. Bye-bye. The rock god is dead. There's no more rock. Does not exist. No music at all now. Only the sound of silence. Just that one song repeated forever. Run, Avatar, run! So now we're gonna go to the water boss, or the water god, Hydros. Hope we don't die randomly to some rock jumping. We died randomly to some rock jumping. Notice how we slipped off the rock? It's just slipped right off the side of the rock. That is how this game plays. Oh, didn't quite make it. Cool. Well, oh, we jumped over the rock that time. Try again. Alright, we made it this time. Hi, Lurker. Rock did not kill us randomly. We've made it across. Let's go. Now for some perspective confusion. The next part would make Escher very proud. Like, super proud. So this setup here is actually a jump over, not a jump down. And this setup here is actually a climb up, not a jump over. As long as we can line ourselves up with the whoa, don't fall off, Avatar, don't. Oh my gosh. Nope. Not quite there yet. No shadows percent, yeah. Very confusing. Oh gosh. Here? Oh, we made it. Alright. Oh, climbing this game is hard. So, made it across the bridge boss. I think the bosses in this game are way less hard than the actual, like, stairs and walls and everything else. And that's Hydros. Hydros is now dead. We did get past the hole. I developed a fast way to get through the hole, Blind Dragon, so it's like guaranteed. I have a 100% method for getting through the hole now. I developed that after the travesty of the last actual run of this game. Now we're gonna go fight Pyros. I'm gonna let you guess how that goes in the exact same fashion. Fought the last 3 gods. here's kind of like a hidden path to get to Pyros. It's odd that the way this area works. Very large lava field. We need to move across it in a very like a specific way to get to where we want to go. But that's no problem when you know exactly where to run. Running. No, not in the lava. Oh no, that would be bad. So let's go fight Pyros, the Lord of Fire. I'm assuming if you don't know that you're supposed to do this, these are actually really hard battles. They're even battles at all. He's hanging out in his hot tub. It's just a chill, like, not chill, the opposite of chill. Then we defeat Pyros. Pyros is down. And now for the last person to defeat, we have to defeat ourselves. Let's overcome ourselves. We do. Do indeed. Now, I need the Breath of Wind and the Tongue of Flames, the Tear of Seas, Heart of Earth, last but not least, Obelisk Tip. With all of the gods destroyed, and with us having used one of the items on ourselves, we're able to go through the portal and defeat this world, I guess, and teleport back to somewhere. The ending to this game is extremely confusing. Very, very confusing. So it was speculated for a long time that no one actually, well, like, there was a lot of speculation around the ending to this game. No one knew what any of this meant. There's no dialogue. There's no text. You're just left with this. It wasn't until like a long time afterwards that devs finally actually said what this means. But I'll tell you that afterwards so you can interpret it for yourself first. Let you guess what happens here. Thank you for the GG. And that's the end. That's it. So, what do you think? What do you think happens? Because it's very clear. I think it's really clear what happened. Like, extremely straightforward.
The only way to stop getting sucked into this world is to destroy it and then leave.
So apparently what really happens at the end of this is that you teleport back to Britannia, and it turns out the Guardian has taken over Britannia, and that's supposed to be the world that you came from originally, being ravaged by the character that you rescued from them in Ultima VII. The plot Ultima VII is the Guardian's going to destroy Britannia. You steal the gate and kick the Guardian out. Ultima VIII starts as you being banished by the Guardian, Pagan, while they wreak havoc on Britannia. So Ultima IX starts there, where Britannia is now being destroyed. And apparently all your efforts were not. So, yeah, that's what the ending's supposed to be according to the team who wrote this. It's not really clearly conveyed, obviously. But anyway, yes, that's it. I don't know how much time we have left. Do we need to put another run in? Or anything? I'm not certain like what our time period is now. We've gone over a little bit. I've been trying to fluff a little bit of time here and there.
Let me go check.
we were really far ahead, so... Now that run's over, I'm going to put some music back on. Throw some background music up.
Okay.
I will say that this is your last, it's closing up on the last chances to name Chrono, Marley, and Luca in Chrono Trigger, regardless of whether we cram in another run right before that. Because those incentives are closed right at the very start of the run. Currently, they're all $7.14 donations. Chrono will currently be named Luca. Luca will be named Chrono, and Marley will be named Marley. And you are watching Speedrun Ragnarok. We are raising money for Take This, a charity whose mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues, provide education on disorders and coping techniques, and to reduce the overall stigma around mental illness.